From childhood, you were told one powerful sentence that sounded inspiring, but quietly rewired your entire worldview. The sentence that said, "Follow your passion." And at first it felt liberating, because it suggested that happiness was hidden somewhere inside you, waiting to be discovered. But as years passed, many people followed their passions faithfully and still ended up confused, anxious, and unfulfilled. And this raises a dangerous question that modern culture avoids asking. What if passion was never meant to lead your life in the first place? The problem is not that passion exists. The problem is that it was promoted to a position of authority it was never designed to hold. Because passion is unstable by nature. It changes with mood, age, exposure, and circumstance. And when an unstable force becomes your compass, your direction keeps shifting, leaving you tired without ever arriving. Islam explains why this happens by first correcting a false assumption about human nature, because modern ideology assumes that whatever you feel strongly must be good for you, while Islam recognizes that the human heart is powerful but not infallible, capable of sincerity and corruption at the same time. And this is why the Quran repeatedly warns about being misled by desires. Not because desire is evil, but because desire without guidance becomes dangerous. Allah tells us clearly that the soul can incline toward wrong just as easily as toward right, meaning that following passion blindly is not freedom, it is gambling with your purpose. The why behind this lie is deeply connected to a world that removed God from the center, because once Allah is removed, purpose must be reinvented, and passion becomes the replacement God, something internal, unquestionable and emotionally charged. But the issue is that passion asks one question only: what do I want right now? While purpose asks a harder question: what was I created for? The Prophet never taught people to search inside themselves for meaning. He taught them to look upward and outward, toward Allah and responsibility. Because meaning does not come from self-obsession, it comes from alignment. And this is why so many people today feel pressure to find their passion, as if life is incomplete without it, and when they cannot find it, they feel defective. While Islam never made passion a requirement for a meaningful life, Islam gave something far more stable than passion. It gave purpose, and purpose does not fluctuate with emotions. It anchors you even when motivation disappears. Now comes the how. Because Islam does not suppress passion, it places it in its proper role. And the first correction Islam makes is that your primary purpose is already defined, not discovered. Because Allah says that He did not create jinn and humans except to worship Him. And worship in Islam is not limited to prayer. It is a framework for living consciously, ethically, and responsibly in every role you hold. And when purpose is fixed, your career, talents, and interests become tools, not identities, which removes immense pressure from the heart. The second correction is that passion follows discipline, not the other way round. Because modern culture tells you to wait until you feel inspired before acting, while Islam teaches you to act sincerely, even when you don't feel inspired. And this is why consistency is praised so highly in Islam, because repeated action purifies intention and reshapes the heart, and over time passion grows out of commitment, not imagination. The Prophet said that the most beloved deeds to Allah are those that are consistent, even if small. And this single principle destroys the modern myth that you must feel something special before doing something meaningful. The third correction Islam makes is redefining success. Because when passion becomes the goal, success becomes emotional satisfaction. But Islam defines success as nearness to Allah, moral integrity, and accountability in the hereafter, which means you can live a purposeful life even in ordinary work, even in unseen roles, even in struggle. And this is why Islam dignifies effort regardless of recognition. The tragedy of passion culture is that it makes people chase excitement while neglecting responsibility, and responsibility is where character is built. Patience is learned and souls mature, and this is why so many people burn out quickly, because passion burns fast while purpose burns steady. Islam also protects you from regret, because when passion leads, regret follows closely. But when purpose leads, even mistakes become lessons instead of identity crises, because your worth was never tied to emotional fulfillment in the first place. So if you feel lost because your passion disappeared, or guilty because you never found one, understand that nothing is wrong with you. You were simply given the wrong map, because Islam never asked you to worship your feelings. It asked you to discipline them, guide them, and place them under something greater. And paradoxically, this is where peace emerges, because when you stop asking life to excite you, and start asking how you can serve Allah through it. Your days gain weight, your struggles gain meaning, and your heart gains stability. And this is the truth. Modern man was never told that passion is a beautiful servant, but a terrible master, and until purpose replaces passion at the center of life, confusion will keep pretending to be freedom.